Alright, for this week's Healthy Coat training tip, I'm going to talk about establishing a pivot foot so that you can make your horse handier in the front end. I had this question the other day with a customer, and we were working their horse, and their horse was falling out in the back end in the turns, and they wanted to know an exercise they could do to help that horse establish a habit of planting that pivot foot, or planting that foot that they're going to balance on, which I call the pivot foot. And so just watch this young horse here. This horse has been in training for about 90 days. He's about to go home, but watch his left hind leg when I'm doing this exercise, and then notice how much handier he gets with his front end once he plants that pivot foot. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to walk this horse in a circle, okay? I'm just tipping his nose in the direction we're going. Then I'm going to take my inside leg off him. Now watch that inside left leg. Okay, now back that up and watch it again when you get a chance. When I step that horse's front end around, when that horse's front end gets handy and he stays soft in his head and neck is when that inside hind leg plants, becomes the pivot foot, the balance point for the rest of that horse's body. Because you got to remember, when you're trying to move 1,000, 1,200 pounds of horse around, they have to balance on something. So any maneuver or exercise that they do, I feel like at some point during that maneuver, they're going to establish that balance point and that pivot leg, that pivot point, and then the rest of their body can continue that maneuver and complete it. So back that up. I'll do it one more time. Walk your horse in a circle, tip his nose, take your inside leg off. I'll get out here and wait. Watch that inside hind leg. You see how that front end steps around real freely once he plants that pivot foot? And this is a colt that's got 90 days of riding. So this horse already has that habit established. So now when he goes into a turn and gets ready to come out of it, he's going to be in the habit of reaching up, planting that pivot foot, balancing, and getting out of that turn, whether you're turning a cow or turning a barrel. That's our Healthy Coat tip for this week. Have a safe week of training, and we'll see you next time.